I'm going to share my screen and show you some in-text referencing and also some ways in which the in-text reference can appear on your reference list. So let me share my screen. Okay, as you can see, I'm writing at the moment some information on a document, and in actual fact, I'm just rewriting some that has already been submitted into the Australian Journal of Teacher Education, a journal article that was recently published, and it was recently published by myself and two colleagues. And as you can see here, I'm starting to look at having a look at a brief synopsis of this particular paper. So I'm starting to rewrite. And to begin with, I'm making sure that I'm fixing up everything that's necessary with proper nouns, uppercasing the actual proper nouns. I'm tidying up as I go through. I'm editing, as you can see, and I'm come down here and I'm talking about the common good for this particular cohort of students. And I start talking about whereby the common good interrelationship is well-being. Now, I've actually gone to our Leo unit and I've actually thought about those ideas and those ideas that come from there. So it's not me that's saying it. So I paraphrase that. So I'm actually acknowledging that that work came from Australian Catholic University. So I put in text at the end of this particular sentence, Australian Catholic University in full. I then change the brackets, make it square brackets, because that's how we acknowledge official acronyms, and it is an official acronym. I put a comma and then the year that I took it. I then continue on with the line about, hence, the common good is what belongs to all people by the common understanding, and then the principle works when, and then the next lot of words, and there's less than 40 words there, so it can flow on the one line, as you can see here, needs to be in double quote marks. So I put a double quote mark here where I started taking the direct words from, and at the end here you can see aspects is the last one that needs to be put in. I do not put a full stop, I put a space, and then in the in-text bracket I took that directly from ACU. Now I can now say ACU because, as you can see, it's an official acronym. I've said it in full the first time. So now it becomes ACU, 2017, and the exact section number that I took it from, which is section 3.2.1, full stop. Now it's really important that I'm not putting the full stop here, but opposed to at the end. Why? When we look at similarity matching, if you actually put a full stop here at the beginning there, that truncates the matching, and it will match because it's saying, well, there was a full stop. So you need to make sure that you're in text referencing, that you're putting the full stop at the end of the closing bracket of the in-text. Most importantly, if I put in single brackets, what would happen? That also would be not correct to the convention of APA, but if it was like that, it actually is, again, going against the convention, and similarity matching would also match that because it's looking for double quote marks. So you need to put the double quote marks in. For APA, we're talking about. Now that we've got our in-text references, we've used one in full and written it in full, and then used the acronym the second time. As you can see here, I'm going to highlight. I need to start writing a reference list as I go. Now, I'm doing this manually. There are others that can use EndNote or OneNote. I usually cite as I write as I go with EndNote, but today I'm just manually doing it. So here I start a reference list, APA. I always put APA6, whatever convention I'm writing in. And as you can see, I've started as it's my first, and it's in alpha order. I start with Australian Catholic University, full stop, brackets, the 2017, full stop. The section number, as you can see, italicize, because in APA the convention is they don't necessarily capitalise unless it's a proper noun. So the history and principles of Catholic social thought, as you can see. Then I quote where I took it from, the UNCC 100 unit materials, and then when I retrieved it from in the link. Now that's how it's starting to look on my reference list. So in text and then on my reference list. Very important. I hope that's a little bit of a guide, and that you can understand now a little bit better. Thank you.